I am at the top of the scouting report.
I mean, I talked to a lot of other players in other teams, and even some of the coaches obviously had some on arrival, and I'm the top of the scouting report.
The last 3 games from Angel Reese, she has balled out.
They're all turning on Candace Parker now. They're being like, oh, Candace Parker doesn't know anything about ball. Angel Reese is the real face of the Chicago Sky.
Let's not forget Angel Reese is a champion.
Is Caitlin Clark a freaking baller? Yeah. Is she a generational player? Is she fun to watch? 100%.
Every time you're asked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, you always seem to hype up Caitlin more.
She said it loud, she said it proud, and now the internet is on fire. I'm at the top of the scouting report. That's the quote from Angel Reese that just flipped the WNBA conversation upside down.
I am at the top of the scouting report.
Not Caitlin Clark, not A'ja Wilson. Angel Reese declared herself the most feared, most targeted player in the league, and it didn't stop there.
I mean, I talked to a lot of other players in other teams, and even some of the coaches obviously had some on arrival, and I'm the top of the scouting report.
Every time you're asked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, you always seem to hype up Caitlin more. Let's not forget Angel Reese is a champion.
Now, Candace Parker is caught in the crossfire as fans accuse her of disrespect, bitterness, and refusing to give Angel her flowers during a national interview.
They're all turning on Candace Parker now. They're being like, oh, Candace Parker doesn't know anything about ball. Angel Reese is the real face of the...
Is Caitlin Clark a freaking baller? Yeah. Is she a generational player? Is she fun to watch? 100%.
What started as an interview quickly turned into a fan war. And now, Candace Parker is trending, Angel is flexing, and Caitlin Clark is caught in the middle. The race for the face of the WNBA just got ugly.
But don't look now. She's bragging about herself again. And if you're Candace Parker, the legendary Candace Parker, you find yourself today under attack by Angel Reese fans because they think you didn't appropriately praise Angel Reese enough.
Angel Reese has never been one to bite her tongue, and this time she didn't just make a statement, she drew a line in the sand. In a post-game interview that's now going viral, Reese said bluntly, "I'm at the top of the scouting report. Every team prepares for me." That wasn't just confidence, that was a claim.
I mean, I talked to a lot of other players in other teams, and even some of the coaches obviously had some on arrival, and I'm the top of the scouting report. Even if it's not just offensively, like just me and my passing skills and knowing, like I even noticed like last game a little bit, usually when they step up, I can drop it off to E, but I wasn't able to do that because I think they played that really, really well and they scouted that. So knowing that's on people scouting as well, I also had a little bit of feedback from AT when we played them against Phoenix. So I think it really helps get us more points. I think statistically they were telling me something about like when I get more assists or something, we have a higher chance of winning. So I think just being able to know that and just being able to get my teammates in the right spots because they do make shots. We have great shooters in offseason. We did a great job getting who we wanted. So
a declaration that she, not Caitlin Clark, not A'ja Wilson, not Breanna Stewart, is the most impactful, most dangerous, most respected player in the league right now. And with those words, the spotlight immediately shifted. Because whether fans agree or not, Reese made sure everyone knew she believes she's running this league.
I am at the top of the scouting report. She's the only player in the league that will say this shit. She's the only player in the league. Like, you won't hear A'ja Wilson going out there. I am at the top of the scouting report. Ariel Atkins is at the top of the scouting report for your team. Camila Cardoso is at the top of the scouting report. Teams just box you out. And I understand Angel Reese is a player that will contribute to winning at some stage in her career. It's not going to be anytime soon as long as she's with the Chicago Sky, but that's the fault of their GM and the team put around them more so than it is her.
But what really ignited the firestorm? Candace Parker's response, or lack of one. During a segment on national TV, Parker, a legend in her own right, discussed standout players in the league and noticeably left Angel Reese out of the conversation. No praise. No highlight mention, no acknowledgement, just silence.
Make Sky fans forget about Candace Parker. It's Angel's time. Y'all are a bunch of weirdos. Sky fans are mad at Candace Parker and Cheryl Miller because they didn't praise Angel Reese enough? This shit is insane. It is wild. As Angel fans, we have come to the realization that Candace is a bitter-ass bitch. With Kenny knees, I mean, who knows what? I mean, I need a thesaurus to figure out what some of these people are talking about.
That silence didn't go unnoticed. Fans immediately called out the snub, blasting Candace online for what they see as intentional shade toward Reese. Some labeled it professional jealousy, While others said Parker was gatekeeping the spotlight from a rising star who's earned her shine.
And we were hating on a black woman. Can you imagine if Candace Parker would have said that about Angel Reese? Oh my. Candace Parker's legacy would be trash. They would ruin her legacy. But here's the thing. Candace Parker's a black woman. About as black as it gets. You see them braids in her hair? You see them braids? See them braids, man?
And all of this is unfolding with Caitlin Clark at the center of the media machine, eclipsing headlines, shattering viewership records, and becoming the face of WNBA marketing.
Did they grow the game? Yes, they grew the game. They. So she used they. And then she leaned forward and said, is Caitlin Clark, parentheses, okay? All right? Caitlin Clark, a frigging generational player. Yes. And a lot of people are upset about that.
So when Angel Reese says, I'm the one they prepare for, she's not just talking to opposing teams. She's sending a message to the league, the legends, and the media. Don't forget who built this buzz with me. The tension isn't just between players, it's between generations, between media favorites and fan favorites, between new school flash and old school standards.
If they are Angel Reese fans, or if they are just and want to just bully a 23-year-old, and they want to just insult a group of people, and they use a 22-year-old in Iowa as a vehicle to insult that group of people. But like, you just know these people aren't basketball fans.
And Angel Reese is forcing the entire league to pay attention, whether they want to or not. The drama didn't stop with Angel's bold claim. It escalated the moment fans turned their attention to Candace Parker, a WNBA icon with championship rings, MVP trophies, and a massive platform.
Right here, Candace Parker, and I won't mention Cheryl, cannot wrap her head around Angel being a net positive, impactful, record-breaking player without a visually pleasing, polished offensive game.
When Parker took the mic to break down the league's most impactful players this season, she gave props to names like Aja Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and Caitlin Clark. But when it came to Angel Reese, not a word. And for fans, that silence spoke volumes.
F Candace Parker, because she is being truthful about Caitlin and Angel. It's just pathetic. This guy says, Jesus Christ. Angel Reese don't need Candace Parker's validation. Candace is also getting her number retired by Chicago Sky later this season. All Angel got to do is just ball out again, just like she did in LA, and get the dub in Candace's face. Make Sky fans forget about CP3. It's Angel time. Yo, I just don't know.
The backlash was immediate. Social media exploded with receipts, side-by-side comparisons, and questions. How do you skip the rookie who just set a WNBA record for consecutive double-doubles? How do you ignore the player who's averaging a double-double, leading her team on both ends of the court, and dominating the glass every night? To many, it felt deliberate.
Is Caitlin Clark a freaking baller? Yeah. Is she a generational player? Is she fun to watch? 100%. Do people watch them when they compete and scrutinize every single thing? Yes, that's fine. Leave it as is.
Okay. Seems like a completely benign and lucid comment. They are crushing. Angel Reese fans are attacking Candace Parker right now because she didn't appropriately kiss the ring. I saw Candace Parker trending. I was like, why? And it's because of Angel Reese fans. Every time you're asked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, you always seem to hype up Caitlin more. Let's not forget Angel Reese is a champion.
As if Parker, a veteran voice who helped shape the league, was drawing a line, choosing who gets the crown and who doesn't. And Angel Reese, she's not asking for permission. She's taking it. This is about more than highlights. It's about recognition. Angel Reese isn't just showing up. She's showing out. She's leading all rookies in rebounds and interior scoring, battling elite bigs every night, and doing it with a swagger that commands attention.
She's basically just said, you know what, I'm the best player on this team. It's like, she's the second best player on a terrible team. Like, why are you coming out with this? Like, what is there to be gained? The next time you have a 2-point stinker, this is going to come out. This is going to come out. Like, the next time you have a 2-point stinker, which, by the way, Angel is on a 5-game hot streak. I will agree with that. She's been exceptional over the last 5 games. She's an all-star. I'm not arguing any of these points. Well, by the way, like, she's an all-star, but she hasn't been the best player for the Sky this year. That is being Ariel Atkins. We have seen teams focus on Angel Reese, and that's fine. But we have seen a couple of teams do it. The Fever treated Angel Reese like she was any other player, and she had what? 8 points and she's averaging like 10 a game against the Fever. They just treated her like she was another player. And that was 2 embarrassing losses.
She's not just a media storyline, she's a problem on the court. And the fact that her name was skipped by one of the most respected voices in the game, that hit different.
But if you've got the attitude of calling yourself top of the scouting report when you're averaging 12 points per game on one of the worst teams in the WNBA, and you've beaten the Dallas Wings twice, like, of your 5 wins, you have beaten, I kid you not, you have beaten the Dallas Wings twice, the Sparks twice, and the Connecticut Sun twice.
But what really turned the fire into an inferno? Fans began comparing Reese's treatment to Caitlin Clark's. While Caitlin has undeniably shifted the spotlight on the league, many argue she's also received a disproportionate share of the credit.
These people are pretending to be Chicago Sky fans disrespecting Candace Parker. It's crazy. Like, it's actually crazy. And the problem is they're not basketball fans. They're not basketball fans. They are annoyed that Candace Parker is a basketball person. And the thing is, Candace Parker, as much as she was, again, WNBA royalty, Candace Parker was a hooper. But like, before Candace Parker got to the WNBA, her brother played all over the world,
often overshadowing teammates and fellow rookies grinding just as hard. And to Angels fans, the message is loud and clear. If you don't market like Caitlin, if you don't play like Caitlin, you get left behind. That's the root of this controversy. It's not just about stats, it's about respect and representation.
Candace Parker, I guess, for omitting Angel Reese from the generational player conversation. And she's talking. You got to give her a break. She's just talking. They were talking for like an hour, man. This one says, trying to cancel Candace Parker, LeBron James, and every basketball legend that speaks truth about Caitlin Clark's greatness is really weird. Bottom barrel behavior. Actually, it's pretty normal for that crowd. You're weird for calling it weird.
Angel Reese isn't asking to be loved. She's demanding to be acknowledged. And in a league that claims to champion equality and sisterhood, the silence around her rise is starting to sound a lot like rejection. Candace Parker may not have said anything negative, but in today's WNBA, not saying a name is saying everything.
I mean this, we're not gonna ignore that. We're not gonna pretend that doesn't exist, but what we're also not gonna do is pretend Angel Reese is in the same stratosphere as Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's worst game, Caitlin Clark's bad games. Like, I understand Caitlin Clark, she lost the game because of 2 consecutive turnovers. Angel missed 3 layups in the last 3 minutes, 3 open layups in the last 3 minutes against Washington in a game where they went from being ahead to losing by 7. Like, the difference is they're held to different standards because Caitlin Clark is being held to the standard of a Stewie, of a Fee, of an Aja.
Now the situation has gone beyond just a quote or a snub. It's sparked a full-blown divide across the WNBA fan base. Some are riding hard for Angel Reese, calling her the future and demanding she be treated like the star she is. Others are defending Candace Parker, saying her focus was on veterans or players with longer resumes. But the bigger issue? This isn't just about one name, it's about what that name represents. Angel Reese is unapologetic, emotional, dominant, and fiercely vocal about her journey.
She was not critical of Angel. You thought I guess you thought she praised Caitlin Clark too much? And people have caught on to this. Trying to cancel Candace Parker, LeBron James, and every other basketball legend that speaks the truth about Caitlin Clark's greatness is really weird bottom barrel behavior. It's beyond strange. I mean, all these great players. I mean, seriously, look at this comment. Ken Swift posted it. AR5 don't need Candace Parker's validation. Candace is also getting her number retired by the Chicago Sky later this season. All Angel's got to do is ball out again, just like she did in LA. Get the dub in Candace's face. Make Sky fans forget about Candace Parker. It's Angel's time.
She's embraced the villain role. She leans into the noise. And that makes some uncomfortable, not because of how she plays, but because of how loudly she's demanding a seat at the table. So when she says, "I'm at the top of the scouting report," it's more than confidence, it's a challenge. A challenge to the league's hierarchy, A challenge to media voices like Candace Parker. A challenge to the fans who've placed Caitlin Clark in the spotlight and assumed everyone else would simply play supporting roles. Angel Reese is refusing to be background. She's rewriting the script and making sure everyone hears her turn the page.
What is she talking about? She shoots 40% from the field. She shoots 40% from the field and averages 12 points per game. What is she talking about? She's gone on a 4-game hot streak where where in those 4 games she's shooting 45% from the field. She's risen her percentage to 45 and made 2 3-pointers in that spell. What is she talking about? And like, your team sucks. Your team absolutely sucks. Your team sucks. Like, it's as simple as that. Your team sucks. And even if she is top of the scouting report, which I don't believe she is, who cares? Your team sucks. Focus on winning games before you focus on where you are in the scouting report.
But this isn't just about competition. It's about perception. Candace Parker, for all her greatness, now finds herself under fire, not for what she said, but for what she didn't say. And that silence has opened a floodgate of conversation about who gets praised in the WNBA and who gets passed over. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is once again caught in the storm, praised by some, resented by others, and used as the measuring stick in every debate. But this isn't her fight. It's the league's. Because if WNBA leadership and media continue to let narratives like this divide their stars, they risk losing the very momentum they've worked so hard to build.
She must not, because how can she actively choose to not acknowledge and recognize a talented young player, Angel, who is breaking her records?
Make Sky fans forget about CP3. It's Angel time.
Is Caitlin Clark a freaking baller? Yeah. Is she a generational player? Is she fun to watch? 100%.
Angel Reese isn't stepping down. She's stepping up, loudly, boldly. And if her performance on the court keeps matching her voice off of it, then whether Candace Parker names her or not, the entire league will have no choice but to.
Focus on winning games before you focus on where you are in the scouting report.
Angel Reese didn't wait for approval. She claimed her spot. With one bold statement, she forced the WNBA, its legends, and its fans to look her direction and face the uncomfortable truth. She's not here to play second to anyone. Not Caitlin Clark, not A'ja Wilson, and certainly not in Candace Parker's curated list of deserving names. Candace may have stayed silent, but Angel made sure the world heard her loud and clear. This isn't just about recognition. It's about redefining what power looks like in the modern WNBA.
See, Angel know what's up, man. Angel knows what's up, man. She knows what's up, man. She not with y'all on this, man. Y'all being weird, man. Y'all are really being weird, man. Y'all are really, 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 really being weird, man. Any female basketball player that played a forward position, look up to Candace Parker, man. What you talking about? Like, that's like a guard in the NBA not looking up to like Michael Jordan or F. Curry or Allen Iverson. Like, come on, man. Or a center not looking up to Shaq or...
Unfiltered, unapologetic, undeniable. Whether you love her or hate her, one thing is now certain. Angel Reese isn't waiting to be handed the crown. She's snatching it. And if the league doesn't catch up, she'll be standing at the top, with or without their spotlight.